Hey everybody, it's me Fadi and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll talk about how to prepare for tank emergencies. When keeping a reef tank, we are usually putting a large investment in our fish and coral selection. Many disasters can be prevented by some basic preparations and acting fast. To prepare an emergency plan, it needs to be cost effective. For example, a power generator and complete equipment redundancy will most likely cost more than the fish and coral itself. With some basic preparation and items, you can set up yourself to withstand most problems and issues coming your way. On one point or another, any aquarist will face some issues, and resolving these issues quickly can save your aquarium from complete tank crash. Aquarium disasters can be categorized into three main categories: power outages, equipment failure, and disease outbreak. Power outages is maybe the most common aquarium emergency we face. When the flow is off, the dissolved oxygen will start getting low within a few hours. In winter, loss of power will result in loss of temperature. In summer, and especially in hot areas, temperature can rise up to a dangerous level. Higher temperature is more devastating than lower temperature, as the hotter the water, the less oxygen will be dissolved. The most important thing during a power outage is to keep the flow and the temperature control. The aquarium can run for a few days without lights, skimmer, and calcium reactor. However, it can crash in a few hours without proper flow and proper oxygen levels. You can have some battery backup, like this aquatic battery backup that is designed to work with vortic power heads, or ice cap battery backup that can run with different 12 to 24 volt pumps. You can also use some battery powered air pump. Power inverter is used to convert the electricity coming from your DC car battery, which is 12 volts, to a regular home electricity, AC electricity of 110 volts or 220 volts depending on your country. If it's worth it and you have a really expensive setup and an expensive collection of fish and corals, and you have space to keep a power generator, you can go with a power generator. A generator can supply enough power to run all crucial equipment to keep the tank running for a few days. For temperature control, you can keep a few plastic soda bottles filled with water in the freezer. You can use them when the aquarium temperature is getting high. Just drop one into the sump or main tank to help bring the temperature down. Keep an eye on the temperature and cycle the bottles out as the ice inside them melts. In colder weather, you'll need to keep the temperature up. You can wrap the aquarium with newspaper, blankets, and secure them with tape to keep the aquarium well insulated and to prevent temperature loss. Then you can warm up water and put in a plastic soda bottle. Be careful not to make the water so hot that the plastic melts. Then, as the bottles cool off, you can heat more water and repeat this process. It's recommended to have backup and redundancy for most of your aquarium equipment. As I said before, you can go without lights, protein skimmer, and calcium reactor for a few days. But you should keep a backup of each critical items like heaters, power heads, and return pumps. It's a good idea to have a backup impeller for your pumps, as in most cases, impellers break down more often than the pump itself. In worst case scenario, the tank itself may have leaks or is broken. So you will need to have some containers to keep your fish and corals in it until you have resolved the leak or replaced the aquarium. Some corals can tolerate to be out of water for a few hours. Just wrap them with wet towels and wet newspapers. Always keep extra enough salt mix to change your aquarium's entire water volume. What is better is to always have some salt water ready mixed to use it in emergency. There are a few items that I always keep in my emergency tank kit. Silicone glue to patch up some small leaks. Teflon tape will solve some plumbing leaks. Some extra plumbing parts and hose clamps. White vinegar to clean pumps. Some vinyl tubing long enough to reach from your tank to water source and drain. A refractometer, digital battery powered pH probe, a few utility pumps of 600 gallon per hour or more, few maxi-jet circulation pumps for water circulation, aquarium heaters, and large buckets to hold fresh water and tank water. And we can use these buckets to store all the equipment like heaters and pumps inside of them. the best way to prevent a disease outbreak is by using a quarantine tank. And in the previous episode, I talked about the most common fish medication and how to treat different fish diseases. It's better to keep the QT running all the time and to have the important medication ready to treat any sick fish. Some of the basic medications are copramine to treat egg and velvet, Prazipro for different worms and flukes, and Canaplex for bacterial and fungal infections. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comment, please leave them in the comment section below. See you soon, and don't forget to subscribe and like.